Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Anime Lounge Shortflights. Today, I'll be covering episode 19 of Undead Unluck. If you have been following me up till now, you know that I read the manga along with every episode so I can compare and contrast things. And I've got a great episode for you guys today because I found some differences. I got a big one that I can't wait to share. And stick around to the end, and I'll give you guys a spoiler what happens next. So that'll be in the full version if you're not already watching that. Okay, so let's just start off by saying this takes place in at chapter wise. This is chapters 37 and 38, most of 38, not all of it. It does stop like halfway through, and I continue reading like usual, and that's why I know what happens next. Some very great stuff. Anyway, so the main point of this episode was the manga series that tells the future, past, present, future, whatever, and that's how we're going to figure out how to deal with everything happening, the betrayal of Billy and the 4 seasons of monsters that we need to take care of. I found this idea of making a manga to tell the future pretty interesting. You know, it's pretty meta. It's like a manga within a manga. So that was really fun to read. One quick small difference that I can throw out there between the two mediums is when Shen, the really buff Chinese guy, comes in and asks that to help make the manga. Andy yells at him, says, "No, you're too powerful. Go pump iron." And so that's why you see him just curling dumbbells out of nowhere. He doesn't say that in the anime. I was very surprised that they didn't throw that simple line in there, but that's why he's shown working out. It's because Andy told him to. One more difference is that Dead Bull, those energy drink cans, and those other smaller vial bottles of whatever energy drink that is. It must be a common thing in Japan or something. I've never really seen those in America. But they made a big scene out of energy drinks during all of this stuff. I mean, it makes sense. They're pumping through an entire series of manga in a single day, so they needed all that energy. But none of that was in the manga. The Dead Bull, that was a Red Bull ripoff just for fun. And all I can say is there was one single slide where they showed Fuko drinking one of those small energy things out of with a straw or whatever. So they really took that one and just elaborated the crap out of it. So take it or leave it. It's a small change. Okay, so now we get to the main part. We were going to the studio or whatever to go and turn in our manga because we want to get it published next so that we can control the future. And here's where we start to get to the good part because this is a big change. So they get in. That worker girl shows the manuscripts upstairs. We find that they're in Japanese, of course, because they're written with an artifact, which means they weren't affected by the English changeover. So when they're deciding that they need to go talk to this Ano person, that worker calls her on the phone, and while she's on the phone, Fuko straight up snatches the phone out of her hands and then pulls a gun on her and just basically hold her hostage or something. If you guys see my thumbnail for this episode, that's that whole scene. I just took a screenshot of it, and that's going to be the thumbnail. So you can see that right there. And then she's just holding her hostage. It's really, my jaw dropped. It was so crazy. I didn't see that coming. It wasn't in the anime at all, and they put it in this manga. It was so strange that Fuko would pull out the gun and just hold it at her like that. Whatever. So that's the big part. So the phone call happens, and they got to meet in Canada in 5 hours. This person knows who Andy and Fuko are. They know that it's the two of them. So, yeah. That's where the episode ends. That's not where the chapter ends. So this is where I'm going to spoil just a little bit for you guys. I just read the rest of the chapter. They end up flying to Canada. They get to the bench that they're supposed to meet at. Andy and Fuko are eating some poutine. I don't know if you guys have ever had poutine, but it's fantastic. I love that stuff. It's just fries, gravy, and cheese curds all melted together. Really good. Super bad for you, but really good. Ano ends up making an appearance. They chat for a little bit. She knows exactly what Andy and Fuko are there for. They want answers and they want to, control the future. But Ano wants to have a little fun with this. So she summons Autumn, who one of the 4 seasons that we need to defeat, Autumn appears, kind of spiders appear. So they have to go and defeat these spiders, and that's where the episode ends. So we're going to get some action next episode, and I can't wait for it. So hope that spoiler wasn't too much of a spoiler for you guys, but thank you for sticking around, and I will catch you guys next week.